Remember when Neymar was on top of the world? The flashy skills, the dazzling goals, and that electric energy on the pitch. He was destined to become one of the greatest players ever, right? But now, we're starting to wonder, is Neymar's career over? Is the Brazilian superstar done? Or is there still hope for a comeback? Stick around, because today we're diving deep into why it feels like Neymar's career is on the decline and what could be next for him. Let's rewind a bit and remember when Neymar was a global sensation. From his early days at Santos in Brazil, he was always considered one of the most talented young players in the world. But it was his move to Barcelona that really put him on the map. Alongside Messi and Suarez, Neymar was part of one of the most dangerous attacking trios in football history. The 2015 treble-winning season, the stunning goals, the outrageous tricks, Neymar was a star. Do you remember that El Clasico when Neymar scored that incredible chip over the goalkeeper? Or when he broke free to score one of the best goals ever against PSG in the Champions League? Moments like these are what made us all believe Neymar was destined for greatness. He was the next global footballing icon, the next big thing after Messi and Ronaldo. Who else remembers those unforgettable nights with Barcelona? Drop a comment if you think that partnership with Messi was the best in football history. Then came the big move to PSG in 2017. The world was watching as Neymar made history with the most expensive transfer ever. A new chapter had begun, and many thought he would finally break free from Messi's shadow and become the best in the world. But here's where things started to change. Neymar's body just couldn't keep up with the demands of top-level football. Injuries have been a major issue throughout his career, and over the past, each one slowing him down just a little more. Let me ask you, do you think Neymar's injuries have been the main reason for his decline? Or is there something else going on? What if I told you that even the best athletes, like Neymar, aren't immune to the mental and physical toll that comes with constant pressure? Think about it. He's played hundreds of games at the highest level. Doesn't his body have its limits? Let me know in the comments. You could see the frustration on Neymar's face every time he got sidelined. These injuries have stolen his rhythm, his explosive pace, and his ability to be the game changer we once saw him as. And at his age, it's becoming increasingly difficult to come back to his best after every setback. Some argue that Neymar hasn't fully recovered from the 2019 injury that kept him out of the Champions League final. Do you think that injury had a long-term effect on him? Or is it a mix of everything? Now let's talk about what's happening right now. Neymar's performances at PSG have been inconsistent. Sure, there are flashes of brilliance here and there, but they're no longer the weekly highlights we're used to seeing from him. He's no longer the focal point of the attack. That role has now gone to Kylian Mbappe, and for good reason. Mbappe has taken the spotlight and made it his own. He's breaking records, winning titles, and proving himself as one of the best players in the world right now. Neymar, once the star, is now playing in Mbappe's shadow. While Mbappe is leading the charge for PSG, Neymar has been relegated to a more supporting role. Even though he's still capable of brilliance, it's clear that he's not the same player he was a few years ago. Do you think Neymar deserves to be the main star at PSG, or is it time for him to step aside for Mbappe? Drop your thoughts below. This shift in roles is tough to digest. Let's talk about why Neymar's time at al-hilal could be coming to an unexpected end. Neymar made a high-profile move to the Saudi Arabian club in 2023. Joining a growing list of big names heading to the Saudi Pro League. But despite the massive hype surrounding his arrival, things haven't quite panned out the way many fans expected. For one, Neymar's injury record has been a major factor. Throughout his career, the Brazilian has struggled with injuries, and since moving to al-hilal, that hasn't changed. We've seen him miss crucial games, which is a problem when you need a superstar to lead the team. Then there's the issue of the team's overall performance. Al-Hilal, while one of the best teams in the region, has faced challenges in domestic and international competitions, and Neymar's impact hasn't been as transformative as expected. The Saudi Pro League may have deep pockets, but it's also a very different playing environment compared to the European leagues Neymar is used to. And adapting to this new level of competition might not be as seamless as many thought. Add to that the fact that Neymar's playing style, which thrives on quick, dynamic playmaking and flair, doesn't always align with al-Hilal's more pragmatic, team-oriented tactics. As much as Neymar tries to fit in, the team might not be built around his individual brilliance the way his previous clubs were, leading to a disconnect on the field. Neymar is 31 now, still young enough to play at the top, but the reality is, it's about his decline in form. Whether it's the lack of pace, the decreasing impact on games, or even moments of frustration, it's hard to deny, his performances aren't matching his price tag anymore. It's a harsh reality, but it's what we're seeing. This isn't to say that Neymar doesn't have those moments of magic. He'll still pull off some outrageous skill, a dazzling dribble, or a brilliant pass. But we're not seeing those moments week in and week out like we once did. When was the last time Neymar had a performance where you thought, wow, he's back to his best? Let that sink in. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's not just about his physical state, though. Neymar's off-field distractions have also played a role in his career decline. You've all seen it. The parties, the social media posts, and the controversies that seem to follow him wherever he goes. In the world of elite athletes, focus and discipline are key, but Neymar has often found himself caught up in drama. Is it fair to judge Neymar based on his personal life? Or do you think his off-field activities have nothing to do with his decline? Let me know what you think in the comments. If Neymar was more focused, could we see a different version of him? Could we have seen him fight back from injury and truly reclaim his place among the top? And let's not forget the mental toll this takes. The constant media attention, the high expectations, and the pressure to perform at the highest level can lead to mental fatigue. Neymar's focus has seemed to shift away from football at times, and it shows in his performances. Can you imagine the constant pressure on his shoulders? At some point, it must take a toll on anyone. Let's talk about something that is even more challenging for Neymar, the rise of younger talent. We're witnessing the birth of a new generation of football stars. Kylian Mbappe, Erling Haaland, Vinicius Jr., and others are stepping into the spotlight, and it's hard to ignore that Neymar's window is slowly closing. Mbappe is already considered one of the top players in the world, and Haaland's scoring record is just ridiculous. These players are fast, hungry, and consistent. While Neymar still has a lot of skill, he's being overshadowed by this new wave of talent that has the same potential, but with less wear and tear on their bodies. Are these players the future of football? Will Neymar be able to compete with them in the coming years? Who do you think will be the future of football, Mbappe, Haaland? Or do you think Neymar still has a place at the top? Drop a comment below and ask yourself this: in a world where younger, fitter players are taking over, what does the future hold for Neymar? So, what's next for Neymar? Is this the beginning of the end for his career? Or is there still another chance for Neymar to prove to everyone that he is still at the top? Let me know down in the comments and make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.